there.
I am Linda Deir, and this is
Ray Hawley, Linda's best friend and marketing mojo guy.
my sidekick. Yes.
Your sidekick.
All right, we're so happy to have you with us tonight here on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time to help you guys take the journey in part 2 of my guided journey, the second book in the guided journal writing system. The guided journal writing system is Guided, my flagship book, My Guided Journey. You take your journey, and My Journal Writing, which keeps the journey going, okay? But when you take the journey in part 2 of My Guided Journey, chapter 1 through 18, this flushes out what happened to you when you first came here and how it affected the rest of your life after you got here, okay? After you started acclimating to this world. So we're going to be talking about the two worlds, the one you came from, as we counterbalance it against the world you're in, the one you came into, okay, on this temporary assignment. Because after all, this life is not all there is, you guys. You came from somewhere, and when you leave, when you're released from this world, you go back to where you came from. This is just a little pit stop, a temporary assignment. And that's what we're here to help you work through. And the whole point to this is to get you guys back in the game, get you back together again, so you don't have part of you pushed away, trying to live this life, dragging a leg, struggling your way. Struggle? That's what today's about. It's about, what's the name of this, right?
When the struggle stops.
When the struggle stops.
It's hard to imagine for most people.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get numb to just being in this world thinking this is all there is. And it's not. It's far from that. And as long as you live your life like that, you're missing it, okay? You're just kind of dragging yourself through another day, another week, another year, all right? That is not why you're here. You're not here to struggle and suffer and be in all this pain. That is not why. So we're going to help you. We want to see your questions around this topic about struggle.
What are you struggling with?
Yeah, we want to know what it is, because you're going to have a conversation with your spirit guides and angels. We're going to channel your guides and let them help you see what you need to do, what kind of course correction you need to make to get this right. So you quit missing your life. And anytime you are struggling, you're missing it. Okay? You're missing the guidance. You're missing your life. You're missing the reason you came here. It's supposed to be fun. You're missing it. All right? So, who do we have?
We have Joy and Denise.
You guys.
It says there's 2 more, but I can't see them.
Okay. Facebook is kind of lagging tonight a little bit. I'm glad it's actually working. Anyway, please put your questions out there about what you're struggling with, so we can help you with that. Me, and your guides, all right? So, Ray, what do you have there?
I think there's a lot. I think most people, not everybody struggles with the same thing, but I think all people do struggle with decisions.
That's true. That's where you're going to notice it. How well are you able to respond and make a decision, as opposed to respond and make a decision comes from who you are. React and make a decision is coming from this world where you feel like this is all there is, okay? And you don't have any support. You don't know who your spirit guides are. You don't know how to make the connection to them. So then you struggle, okay? You make a decision, but you cringe at the decision that you make. All right, it's like you go like this and it's like throwing a dart and hope you hit the target. All right, It's not supposed to be like that. You're not here to fend for yourself. You have help. Okay? We're going to bring this together. So bring on those questions.
So Denise has first question.
Good.
Denise.
Good.
How can I end struggle with relationships? Well, there's a big pot of decisions
Well,
and struggle.
this is about your life, Denise.
Right.
Okay, your guides are going to talk to you about your life and your situation regarding relationships that you're struggling with. Okay, and I'm going to let them talk to you about that. And here they go.
Denise, relationships should not be a struggle. But when you ask most people, how's it going with their girlfriend or boyfriend or spouse, they many times say the same thing. Oh, we're working on it. Well, if you're working on it, it's not a good relationship. Good relationships don't take struggle and work. A good relationship is something that starts out honest and true and continues that way. The problem with most people when they enter into a new relationship is that they don't show up as who they really are.
Okay, that's the problem. So you found yourself in relationship or relationships where they put on a facade. And it may have been years and years ago that you first met this person, or and now it's more evolved, the relationship. It's years later. And this relationship or relationships is just gotten comfortable. It shows its true colors. They're not putting up a facade. They're not trying to impress you. They're not doing something to get you to favor them in some way. Now they're just being who they are.
Okay, so what's the reason why when they first meet, when a couple is beginning their relationship, what's the reason that they don't show up as their true self?
As themselves, because they know that they're off balance. They know that they're not genuine, that they have flaws. They know that. Okay, if they didn't know that, they'd come in, flaws and all, and they just lay it out, okay? And you'd see them for who they are.
Well, maybe then you wouldn't get a relationship with that person.
Well, that's the whole thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or, okay, it could have been this way too. They showed their whole self, but you didn't want to see it.
It was just too much.
At the time, you wanted a relationship so bad that you looked past it. You said, well, that's not so bad, or maybe they'll grow out of it, or maybe they'll change, or maybe I'll change. I don't know. Maybe something will come into play where I can accept this relationship. And since then, your standards have become higher. Their poor behavior has caused you to become more selective about what it is you'd really like. Now that years have gone by and you've had time to reconsider what kind of relationship you would like. Now, let me finish this thought. In my guided journey, I'm going to take you to the chapter that I feel this ties into, Denise. Let me get to it. Hold on. It's going to be chapter 12. Compromise. Somewhere along the way, you compromised. Now that you're deeper into the relationship, and it's more uncomfortable for you, you are ready to look at the compromise. You're ready to say, hey, I don't want to compromise anymore. I may have done it then. I can handle that. Okay, thank you. But I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not going to compromise my life away. I'm missing my life because of that compromise I made long ago. All right. And then what happens is one compromise leads to another until you're literally choking on the compromise. And that's where you're at with it now. Okay. And I want you to know that that's guidance finally getting through to you. Finally, it's so painful for you. You can't stand it anymore. You're going to make a decision. You're going to act on this. You're going to do something about this. Okay. And this thing about compromise, a deep desperation took over. This is when you recognize what you did. You took everything personally. Okay, that's how this whole thing, how it's turned into. Now everything's personal. Everything they're doing is like, it's making you angry. It doesn't agree with you. It offends you. It's like scratching your nails on a chalkboard. It really is getting your attention, all right? And we watched you get lost. That's your spirit guides and angels, okay? So they let you to go that way because, you know, that's what we're here to do. Sometimes we have to learn and get through these rough edges on us so we can get around to living the life we intended. That's the whole point. Heal this stuff. So this is what you're working out. It's all about compromise. And if you look back at your life, you will remember that. You will remember where it happened. You will remember the decision you made, why you allowed this. All right? Now let's let her guides come in and interject where I'm at with this right now, Ray.
Okay. Starting a relationship is one of the hardest decisions to make. Do you or don't you show up as who you really are? Would who you really are scare them away? So people show up as who they think you would like to see. It's a problem with thinking that people won't like you as who you really are. Many times, more than not, you don't like who you are. When you feel this way, you attract others who don't like who they are.
Okay. You've grown a lot since then. A lot has happened since then. And why does this bother you now? Why now? Because you're getting to know who you are. And as you get to know who you are, you see some of these decisions you've made, and it doesn't complement who that is. Okay? And it really rubs the people in your life the wrong way. All right? That's not who you were when I met you. Why are you changing now? What's up with this? What do we have going on?
You know, it's not like you're being picky.
No, you're waking up.
Well, yeah,
You're realizing
picky, you can't have this long list of characteristics that this other person has to have this and this and this, and you check them off. But if you're not being picky, if you're being yourself, when you're yourself, somebody who likes you for who you are is going to show up.
Right, but when you first picked this person, forget about them picking you. When you first picked them, you weren't that sure about yourself yet. See, Denise, what's going on is you're really getting sure about yourself. So the situation you're in has shot a light on it, okay? like you're being interrogated, light, okay? Like there it is. And now that you're getting to know who you are, you're seeing how it doesn't work. You know, who you are isn't working over here with these earlier relationships and agreements you made with these people who thought you were here, that's all you were, instead of, yeah, you know, I'm this too, okay?
That's right.
So that's the conflict right now. So it's actually good because now it's front and center.
Yep. Denise says, that's it, thank you. You know, that whole thing about getting over who you are, accepting who you are for who you are, is going to narrow the field of people who will like you.
Yeah, that's true. But what'll happen is you will then see, when you know who you are, when you start to know who this is, you are more selective. You can't help it. You know who you are. You're not going to settle for stuff that the part of you that wasn't present, that early part of you, that real part of you that wasn't totally solid in you. It got knocked around. It kind of got pushed away, and it wasn't all that important to you didn't understand it, and the people around you didn't miss something they never knew. And then once this starts to come together for you, and they see who this is, they're going, oh boy, you know, you're going to have to reshuffle the deck. That's all there is to it. Work on compromise, chapter 12, Denise, okay, in my guided journey. That's the part. You want to go to my website, lindadeir.com, you know where that is, and click on the blog at the top, the navigation bar. It'll take you to the page where it says 1 hyphen my guided journey. Click on that category and go down to compromise and watch the video. It's really, really going to help you, okay?
So Denise says, I agree with all of this as well. I have grown a lot. I'm standing up for myself now. I'm liking myself more and more. You really are. She's really changed since we first met her.
Oh, I know.
A couple years ago, several years ago.
Yeah.
You really have.
You know what, Denise? You all have. For you guys to be with me and to come back and to really want to dig into what this is, so you can restore yourself. You can come back into this world and be one with that. Powerful. Right. When somebody loves you from that place, you nailed it, okay? So this is only going to get better. Heal it, bring it back, let it live, let it show you. The connection will show you your true north, and you'll be on your way, Denise, because you can trust yourself now.
And you said something, you're not willing to compromise on a relationship. So if you're not willing to settle or compromise to have a relationship, that doesn't mean you're struggling with relationships.
No, that doesn't. No, you are not struggling.
No.
You woke up.
You're way ahead of everybody.
Yeah, you're not struggling. The only thing that you're struggling with now is, how do I move through this darn thing and get on with my life? Okay, that means I'm probably going to be running solo for a while, but you know, I kind of need it because I need to lick my wounds. I need to get strong again. I need to get it all back again. I need to pull it together again, and that's what you need to do. You need some time out, you know, and that's exactly. You will look different. You will feel different. Everything will be different in a positive way. All right.
Yeah. Plus, it does. A lot of people, when they've had a bad relationship, they just got out of a bad relationship for whatever reason, they stay home. They sit home. Oh. They never go anywhere.
And you know what? I'll tell you what. You might do that for a little while.
Yeah, because sometimes, can't do it all the time.
Well, I did that. I did that. I needed to do that. 6 years. Well, I didn't do it for 6 years, Ray. I had a life, but I'm just saying that I had to take some time out. And I mean, I really slept a lot. There's that point where you have to just really, you know, recalibrate. You have to let yourself relax. You have to heal that Denise. You have to give her a break. And sometimes it just means you just need to check out of everything for a while and give yourself that time, and, you know, and maybe binge watch some of those programs you like. And I mean, really, seriously, listen to some audiobooks endlessly until you just feel like this can safely come back and come together with you, okay? Yeah, and visit with me on these events, and you know, feel yourself coming back, and know that you're okay coming back, and be with the group, and see what they're going through, and realize yourself in it, you know, the whole thing. What do we have, Ray?
We have Joy Woodward Crystal Howard. She says she struggles with patience. How do I change this? Now, this is not patience. She's not a doctor. This is personal patience.
Well, I know, Ray. Okay, so, yeah, you know, that's a big one, Joy. I think all of us have that. I have it. There's times when I go, Dad, why is this taking so long? Something I'm working on or whatever. Why is that taking so long? Or Ray will say to me, you know, Linda, we have a deadline. When are you going to get that done?
Oh, I would never push you like that.
And he's right. He's right. But then I tell Ray, I'll take that moment and I'll say, Ray, this is how I'm working it out, you know. And I got to work it out so it's really, really good. So I need a little more time. Then he goes, I got your back on that, Linda. I'll send the notice out to the event planner, and we'll get the time we need. So you've got what you need. All right. So patience. See, that's where I need patience. Now, where in terms of what I need, so I can get it together. But you're talking about patience where you don't have patience, where you need to get this stuff done. I want that, you know, I want to get this sold, or I want to, you know, I need to move on from this, or, you know, I'm sick and tired of it. That would be a situation where you're missing the lesson. Okay, it wouldn't press on you being patient if you had learned what you needed to learn. So what happens is when we don't learn it and we keep missing it, and we miss it and we miss it, it keeps bearing down on us, and it keeps bearing down on us, and it is relentless, and it won't let us go. It's not supposed to hurt you, okay? It's supposed to take you fully into your struggle. So it's so bloody painful that you have no choice but to surrender, okay? And breathe and let it go. Write it down. Write that silly thing down in part 3, the journal writing. Make a note of it. Definitely write it down. How it felt, what you realized, what you intend to do, and then all of a sudden one day you're going to do it. And that's going to be the end of your need to struggle and be patient. Patience it's got you on hold, so you understand what the lesson is. Let's let her guides talk to her, Ray. Okay.
So, Joy, you always struggle with patience. What you really are doing is that you keep yourself in a state of always being in a hurry. Society programs everyone to keep rushing.
Right.
It's designed to keep you
Distracted.
off balance and distracted without having time to think or reflect or thinking about anything else except the goal, the finish line. Gotta get there. Tomorrow. Gotta be there by next Tuesday. It's always pushing you and your time. It's this out of balance feeling that creates the impatience. This is why getting out into nature feels so good. Nature is in perfect balance. Nature is driven and evolves by balance. So the best way to get a handle on your impatience is to get out in nature.
Okay, I want to say this to you, Joyce. This thing about impatience that you have, lacking patience, here's what I'm getting with you. You're really an empath. You are very sensitive, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing is you're hooking in to the mass energy of humanity. And whoa, you talk about out of balance. You talk about impatient, okay? So the empath in you is getting pulled into that, and then your world starts to reflect all that, and then nothing works, or nothing seems to work, or it doesn't seem to work fast enough, or the way you wanted it to work, or whatever that is. You're hooking in to this mass consciousness that's really impatient, you know? So you've got to learn how to unplug from that. That's what they mean by getting into nature. Let that go. Unhook yourself from that mass consciousness that is unconscious.
That's good.
Let me take a look at something here. What chapter do you need on that one, Joy? Hold on. Yeah, I can feel that in you. Well, separation would be a big one, because when you hook into that outside energy that's not healthy, that's separation. That's where you're over-invested in this world, okay? And once again, when you do that, you're out of balance. So you're missing yourself. You're missing the reason you're here. You're missing you, okay? So it's a separation that would be chapter 11 of My Guided Journey. Let me keep looking through here. Hold on. I would just say that's exactly the one. Separation. So you feel that. You know you're not separate. I know you know that. But then that empath part of you gets pulled into it. So you're like this, wong, wong, wong. You gotta give it time. You gotta give both sides time to come together, okay? And not be so impatient with you, okay? Just the fact that you hooked into that impatience, that's a sickness in our world, doesn't mean that you then take on that energy. Okay, you need time out. You need time to do that breathing and become present. Okay?
And do it out in nature if you can.
Yeah, you do. You're a people pleaser, Joy.
Yep. And there's a lot of people that need pleasing, so she's in a hurry.
Ooh, yeah, and you're great, and you need to get it so it's working, okay? And then you're not so quick to respond, and so it doesn't feel so edgy to be around you. I should know, Okay. It would be, I'm talking to myself. All right. Great. What else do we have?
Well, thank you. She says, I will try to unplug.
Yeah.
And move into nature. I will look at chapter 11. Right?
Yeah.
I need balance.
Go to the video again, Joy. Go to the video for chapter 11 on the website and remember yourself and get this worked out, You'll see it from out here. You're looking at it from out here. You'll be able to see it.
Yeah, the whole thing.
And then write it in your journal. Make sure on chapter 11 that you write it in there, what you realized, okay? What you wrote down, what you felt, what you realized, and the action that you either will or intend to take, okay? What else do we
Okay,
have?
Heather says, there's another question. Heather McNee, she's been with us before.
Yeah.
I'm a bit lost just now. I lost my soulmate of 49 years, coming up 2 years in August. Okay, so what's your question about how you feel now, Heather?
Well, okay, let's talk about
She feels lost.
Lost,
Okay.
right. So she feels disconnected, Ray.
Okay.
She feels lost. She feels
49 years is a long time.
Yeah, she feels disconnected. And okay, let me help you with this question. This is a question around what is your purpose? Okay, you get to this point in your life, you lost your soulmate. By the way, you didn't lose your soulmate. Your soulmate got out of one car and got into another, all right? Your soulmate's right there. But we feel the loss because we're living in this world, and it just feels so cold when we lose that pet or that person, that somebody that really, we looked forward to them every day, okay? Now that all changes. So why did that change for you? What's going on with you? What's your purpose in this life? What are you missing? We're going to let your guides talk to you. No generalities, Ray.
Okay.
Right at her.
Right at her. You want to not focus on what you have lost, but everything you gained during those 49 years. These are the memories you will always keep close to you. And it's never a good thing to feel that you are lonely, because you are not lonely. You may be alone, and being alone can be a very powerful position. It's just one that you haven't had enough practice with yet.
That's right. I'm going to let you know what chapter that is. I love that. Okay. Okay. Okay, chapter 16. Time alone. If you don't have this journal, My Guided Journey, I would get it. And go to my website, lindadeir.com, go to the blog, and when you get there, click on under the categories on the right, click on 1, My Guided Journey, and go down, all the way down to number 16, Time Alone, and watch the video. Okay, what you have is you have everything you need to discover the powerful person that you are, and you just haven't realized it. You've been, you lost your soulmate. I mean, you got stopped out for just a little while. Okay, this just happened. This is 2 years. That's okay. 2 years is okay. Now, what were you supposed to learn from all that? And what are you supposed to do now? What is your purpose going forward? What is her purpose going forward?
to be an example for others who have lost loved ones.
Ooh. Tell us about how she's doing with that.
So far, not so good. But once you have realized what a blessing those 49 years were, and everything you learned that others must learn, you have a purpose.
What will that be?
Sharing with others who are feeling the same as you.
What word would you label her as in doing this work? What would it be? Teacher, healer? What would it be?
A messenger.
A messenger. You know, when people come to you for advice, is that what they will do? They'll be coming to her for advice?
They will be coming to listen, not knowing that they needed to hear that.
Ooh, so where's she going to be doing this?
You can do it in any of many social groups, church organizations, or even find some groups on Facebook or local meetups.
Do you have this one? I want feedback from you. Get My Guided Journey and take this journey. It's really going to support you. It's going to amplify your message. When they know that you know what you're talking about, you will be a respected source of guidance for them. So she's going to answer us on that, Ray.
Yep.
So what else do we have?
It's amazing how the term or the theme balance comes through all the things you could struggle with: decisions, your health, your finances, being accepted, being in a relationship, making a decision. It's all about the living in two worlds.
It is all about it.
It's all about yin and yang.
It's about bringing them both together.
Equally.
And we all go through it, you guys. There's a time when we're out of balance, okay, that we need to get this back together again. Practice, consistency. Writing it down is going to make a huge difference. I wouldn't have gone through the trouble of writing this journal, this workbook, this guidance workbook, if it didn't work. I know it works because that's how I learned it. All right? This is how you do it. So you don't miss your life. It comes back to that. What do we have, Ray?
No new questions.
Okay, no, she didn't respond.
Not yet.
Okay, good.
Just give her a little,
She will.
tickle there.
Okay.
Okay. Anna Mae joined us 2 nights in a row. Anna Mae, good to see you.
Right. Glad you came.
Nothing new. Kathy's with us too. Kathy
Okay.
joined us.
Great. This is about asking your questions around where you are struggling, okay? And every time we get in there and we work on it and have your guides talk to you about it, I take you to the part 2, chapter 1 through 18, that best applies to that situation right now, so you can really drill in and see what the heck it is, you know, and work it out and move through it. It's not about staying stuck. It's about bringing this back into this world in balance. So now you have everything it takes to fulfill your mission here.
It's just like the symbol, the yin yang symbol. living in two worlds. You have this one here and you have this one here. And until you can put them both together like you do, okay,
Right.
in one, it should look like the yin yang symbol. They fit together perfectly. They're equal.
Right. That's right.
That's the secret.
It sounds easy, doesn't it, though?
Well, it's easier sometimes than others. I think
When we're going through it, when we're going through these challenges in this life, it's challenging, and your guides know that. So again, you guys are never alone. You're always being guided. It's a matter of just cooling this down over here and stop letting this dominate you and push you around and control you, and breathe and sit back and let this part come back and bring them together. All right?
Yep.
So what else do you have there, Ray? Do you have
Well, I
some notes?
just had a little aha moment while we were talking there about all these struggles seem to reside in decisions you're trying to make, or decisions you already made, got into a relationship.
And I'm going to interrupt that for just a minute. If you were connected to your guides, if you were present, okay, and connected, okay, you would never struggle. I'm just letting you know that you will never struggle. Once you pull this together and you become one with this, struggle isn't possible when you do that, because now you are connected. You are not missing, okay? You are connected. And when you're connected, guess what happens as soon as you need to know something? Guess what happens even when you don't know you're supposed to know something, you need to know something? Your guides do, and they bring it right through. There's no resistance. You're not resisting anything. You're not struggling. You don't have a wall built that they can't get through it, okay? Struggle, panic, fear. You just throw the wall up and they just watch you get lost. They can't reach you. So, cool it down, you guys. Pull it down. Center yourself and take the panic out of your life. Let it go. Really, just get out of your way. And it will, the byproduct, the natural byproduct, is that you will have this connection instantly. And when that information comes through, your lifeline is going to be writing it down. You've got to write it down, or you're not conscious yet. You won't remember what it was, what you asked, what you thought, the answer that came through. It's because it's real lucid. It's not tangible. What makes it tangible? When you write it down. You pull it out of the ethers and you bring it into this world. That's how you do it. You guys are going to start doing this. And then when you come back and see me, and you've got some material to work with, we're really going to get down on this thing, okay? We're going to get you through it. Okay, what else do we have over there, babe?
Kathy has a question. Heather said she's definitely going to get the journal. I work with the angels to feel a bit distanced now.
It's not that they're distant from you. It's that so much has been going on in you that you just, you're traumatized and you block it, and you don't mean to do it. You don't even know you're doing it until the pain gets to be so much that you're like, oh, please, this has to stop. And you're right.
Okay, Kathy says she has a patience issue too. Ready?
Yeah.
I struggle having patience with my husband's lack of memory since he had his chemotherapy treatments. Okay?
Yeah.
I really try to remember that he cannot help it, but how do I not get frustrated?
Oh, Kathy.
Ooh, that's tough.
Okay, I see what it is, but I'm not going to say it. But I see what it is. Maybe a better way to say it is I feel what it is. And your guides are going to answer you on this, okay, about what you do.
We see that the problem is that you believe things should be different. Acceptance is the key thing for you to work on. accepting what's happened, accepting how he is now. Don't expect that things will be like they were, or that they should be different, because they are what they are, neither good nor bad, just different than they were before. Accept this, and you will be able to even accept his faltering memory.
Okay, acceptance will set you free. That's what you need, Kathy. You need to be free. I don't mean to bail out on him or anything like that. What I mean is you need to be free for yourself. Accept that situation. Don't try to fix anything. It's not about fixing it. But it is about you. There is a reason why this is all happening, and you are completely there, lucid. You are there, and he's not. You are supposed to pay attention to the life that you're supposed to be paying attention to. That would be your life, okay? And just because that other person's having a problem doesn't mean you're supposed to ditch your life. Okay, let me find this here. Hold on.
I'm holding.
Okay. I'd like to say chapter 18 would be a good one, but it's really going to take you back earlier in my guided journey. Okay. You are at a crossroads. By the way, you've been at this crossroads for a while, so you haven't known how to handle it. Part of you feels guilty about how you feel about it because you didn't know how to handle it. All right, you're just working it out. Be nice to yourself. Don't be guilty. Don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Kathy, you could do better than that. What's wrong with you? That's you talking to yourself. I should be patient with him. He can't help it. What's wrong with you? And it just breaks you down. It just hurts you so badly because you're not doing your best, and you know that. But it hurts you because what happened to him? Where did he go? Why did he drift off like this? Didn't he care about us? Okay.
I know exactly how she feels.
You're at a crossroads, okay? And you need to work on the crossroads part. This is going to be life-changing for you, Kathy. This is going to set you free. And this will never be the same again, whatever that was that you had with him. It's not supposed to be the same again. And if you try to make it that way, you're going to hurt him. Okay. So that'll really be hard on you, okay? I need a tissue, right?
Okay.
So you just need to get okay with that, okay? You need to quit beating yourself up, all right? And you need to read that part. You need to go to watch the video about the crossroads. And you need to work out what this is. And you need to continue on with your purpose in this life, okay? It's part of this has freed you up to do that. That's just the way it is, okay?
Okay. That's all the questions.
Okay. All right, so we didn't get feedback from, was it Hannah?
No, we did. Heather.
Heather, what did she say?
She can't wait to get the journal.
Okay,
she
good.
Understands all of this.
Good.
Bless you both. I feel so much better listening to you.
Oh.
I will take the guidance on. That's it.
Okay. So, Kathy, I know you're going to be okay with this because you know why? Because you're smart and you're strong and you are connected. Okay.
Right.
You just have to put this around your head, make it okay, accept the situation. You're not supposed to fix it. You're not supposed to change it. You're supposed to move on with what you're about. Take care of that and move on with what you're about. Because if you don't, he's going to, inside, he's going to feel it. And he's going to feel bad. Like, I let you down, Kathy. Don't make him feel like that. Okay? It's not his fault. He can't help it. All right. As life throws these twists and turns at us, you know? Yeah. Okay.
I know exactly what she's going through.
So tell about that, Ray.
Well, I went through, 10 years of it with my mother with Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it starts out, and I felt just like she does. You get irritated.
Yeah.
You get really irritated with the other person. They can't remember to do this. They can't remember to do some things. Other things, they do them 7 times, you know. But it gradually gets to the point where you do adapt to it.
Okay, but the difference between you and your mom is you didn't live with your mom. Your mom didn't live with you.
Well, she did for the first 5 years.
She did, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, she wasn't living near me, but I talked to her every day.
I know, but that's not the same thing.
I know.
No, this is Kathy's husband.
Yep.
And that's even harder. And she lives with him. So that's even harder.
Right.
Okay? So there's 2 levels of harder sitting there. And Kathy, there may come a time when you have to, if it gets progressively, more intense, that you have to make a decision around that for his best good. Okay? For his best good. And it will be for your best good too. So this doesn't, we don't live in a static world. It continues to move us along. And you've got to, and that's another thing, Kathy, take a little time to write in part 3. What's happening here with Kathy about the situation? So you can get it out of here and put it in here. Okay, so then the guidance it's permission for the guides to come through and give you feedback about what you need to do and when you need to do it. Remember in guided, all the guidance I get, when to get in and when to get out, when it's time, everything's in motion. So you have to be ready to respond, not react. Okay, that'll be the only reason that you can respond is because you've planned for it. You've been paying attention. You've been remaining conscious in something that's emotionally very hard for you. Okay. All right. So,
do we have any announcements for next?
Yeah, actually, next week, let me get out. Find my page, Ray. Okay. So next week is July the 10th. And let me get my glasses on. Wednesday, July 10th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, right here on Linda Deir Author on Facebook, okay? Join me. We're going to be talking about believing in yourself, okay? This kind of ties into the struggle. When you don't believe in yourself, you're going to struggle. Kathy, you believe in yourself. You've got a big step into accomplishing what you need to do and achieving great results for him and for you, all right? So you believe in yourself, you half of it solved. A little bit of struggle is just about you feeling like, oh, am I doing the right thing? And, a little bit of doubt because, you're both on the line on this thing, and guilt and, oh my God, all the things that go with it. That absolutely serve no purpose at all. You can't make a good decision when that's where you're coming from, right? So, but my heart goes out to you because I understand it's not easy. All right. Believing in yourself is the key in your ability to take action on the guidance that your spirit guides are always sending you. So I'm going to go back to Kathy, just because it's, I can really get this one. When you believe in yourself and you get guidance from your guides about taking the action you need to take and when you need to do it, you never second guess it. You just go, okay, I might need to write it down because I'm still working on being strong in this connection. Okay, especially when it comes to my husband and my feelings about this.
Yeah, Joy answered. Joy said that's the way, what she wanted to hear. Kathy said she appreciates that so much. Heather's going to get the journal. And Joy said she went through, with her husband, it was the same thing that Heather's going through.
Right,
and
I
she was
remember
impatient and angry, and now she's going through the same thing with her mom.
Oh, boy.
So
see, these kind of things only show up in our lives, you guys, because we came here to work it out. We came here to get right in ourselves, how we are interpreting this stuff. You know how I always tell you not to take it personally? Well, that sounds really good on paper, but, actually having it in your life and acting on it, that's a whole different world. It's much harder to perform on it than it is just to hear it. So you guys are doing some heavy duty stuff. And when you get it worked out, you become an asset to the world. You get something so worked out where you've been pressured so hard to work it out, to figure it out. You know what? You're a source of information this world needs. It's healing us, and it's healing the outer world too. All right. Okay, so next week, try to join us, and we're going to talk about believing in yourself, and we're going to have talk to you with your spirit guides about where you're having trouble believing in yourself, why you're having trouble believing in yourself, where you believed in yourself before, what happened to it, that kind of thing. Okay, and we're going to work you through that, and then I'm going to take, when we work on those little aggravations, I'm going to show you what chapter of part 2 in My Guided Journey you need to take a look at. And I'll point you to the video, and we'll take a little look at what it means right here in the book, so you can begin to, gain some momentum over this thing. We're supposed to learn these things. We're supposed to remember ourselves in the process. We're given these lessons, sometimes relentlessly. Joy, your husband, now your mom, oh my God, Oh. So these are just lessons you agreed to learn in this lifetime, so you could become more from having lived it. It's a real important thing to heal these things. And the spirit guides and angels are going to close our session tonight on, what's the name of this session, Ray?
When the struggle stops.
That's right. And here they go.
The struggle stops when the experiences of life become routine. It's like the difference between the first time you made a decision about something and that decision became repetitive. Or a life-changing decision that you face not too many times in your life. An example of an easy decision, once you've made it before, is what kind of coffee drink do you get every morning on your way to work? You may have agonized over it the first time you did that, but no more. You don't even think about it. Versus a decision like asking someone to marry you. Now that is not a decision you make every day. The life-changing decisions take more time and focus in order to be honest with yourself about all the implications of that decision. To do that, you must be clear. You must have our help, and you must not be impatient.
And sometimes you don't need patience at all. It comes through so quickly. Okay, when it comes through, it's like, wow, that happened quickly. But it might be 5 years later, and you go, but it still happened so fast. When you're ready, it just comes through, okay? And it shifts your life overnight. Done, okay? Because you learned that lesson. You learned what you came here to solve. That's why it happened. You were ready to move on. You actually graduated. Okay, so if you do the work, you know, you take the steps, you're paying attention, you do this inner work, you guys, you will move through that process I just described a lot faster. You know, one thing I talked about previously in like a while ago, maybe a year or more ago, is everyone's going to get it. Everyone's going to graduate. Everyone's going to get there. Some, it will just take longer than others, okay? Painful. I don't want it to take longer. I want to get through it, you know? And that's how we always feel. That's that impatience. So if you're really, really, really serious about shortening up that time frame so you can learn it and be on with your life, take the journey in part 2, chapter 1 through 18. Watch the video before you take on each chapter, or you won't have the right mindset to perform on this in the way that you need to. Not from the victim standpoint, not from emotional energy, not from, you know, being pity pot, none of that. You can't do it like that. You can't achieve what you can't learn it like that. Watch the video before you take on any one of these chapters, and you will see how different you are when you step into this. You can do this, you guys, and it will shorten up the pain. I will tell you that. Okay?
All right.
We will see you guys.
Big long weekend.
Yeah.
Be careful, everybody, with those firecrackers.
No, you be nice, Ray. Don't you say what you said last time. Ray. These guys, when they're little pyro boys, you know. So next week it's going to be about believing in yourself, and it's the next step past the struggle. It's how you know, when you believe in yourself, there is no struggle. When you believe in yourself, your spirit guides and angels can reach you. There's no struggle. You're going to know what to do. All right. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Be kind to everybody, all right?
Good night.